All right, Shalom Akim. Shalom, Shalom, Lahab Aquarium. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. All right, before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachakudash. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. All right, shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakathon. Okay? This is an interesting video that I wanted to get into. All right, shared to me by one of my beloved Akwath. You know what I'm saying? Shalom to you, beloved. You know what I'm saying? It's a very insightful video. You know what I'm saying? And it gives us an idea, all right, of what the Lord is about to unleash on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, a couple of years back, I was at the plantation. I was working, and I was listening to Elder Apostle Tahar, and he had said something profound. He said that the Lord is about to unleash these demons, okay? These demons that are made specifically to destroy. You know what I'm saying? He's going to unleash these demons, and it's going to look like the worst horror film that you've ever seen, right? And that's always stuck with me. And I remember, not long after I heard that video, that there was that incident that went down over in Miami, Florida, I think it was, where it was cop cars that spanned throughout 3 blocks, like 3 blocks long, full of cop cars. And there was a whole lot of talk that people saw two very tall, shadowy figures inside the mall. All right, and soon after that, I think people were getting their phones confiscated and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They saw, specialized units coming in. All right, and like I said, cop cars that encircled about a mile long. You know what I'm saying? Around this mall, and as we inch closer and closer to the end of this thing, you know what I'm saying, you're going to see a lot more, all right, a lot more unexplainable things. You know what I'm saying? The spiritual world is going to become more and more active, okay, on the left-hand side. You're going to see this. All right, so this is a video where this guy is showing a couple videos, a couple photos, I should say, pretty much describing something that he himself had seen. Okay, and I'm just gonna let him explain it. All right. So let me see. I think I'll get the scriptures afterwards. So let's let this gentleman speak. All right, bear with me. Salakia. The hell's going on here? Bear with me. Bear with me.
Well, today's kind of a big day. When I made that first video about Laredo, Texas, and I was talking about what I saw on my way to work a few months ago, the Jeepers Creepers thing in the tree. So I had somebody DM me, a loyal follower. They reached out and they said they had a picture to show me that they got on a trail camera. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't ready for what I saw. And when I opened this picture a couple hours ago, I felt instantly sick to my stomach, dizzy and nauseous. I didn't expect that kind of reaction just from looking at a photograph. Now, this was a trail cam photograph from Laredo, Texas, a game cam typically set up to catch pictures of deer. And when I first saw it, I'm like, what is this? So I zoomed it in, and then I made out what I was looking at. Body with wings. And I'm like, oh, I wish I could see if this thing's got a face. This can't be real. Well, I zoomed in, and I don't think I was ready for what I was about to see. But anyway, I'm going to share the pictures, the original picture, and then a close-up of the face. But I want you all to see this, because I finally got to look into the eyes of the thing that I saw on the tree a few months ago when everyone thought I was fucking crazy. I thought I was crazy too. But anyways, now we have photographic evidence. I've had I think 50 people message me with their stories. I have one lady supposedly sending me a video, another guy sending me a video, but this is the first photographic proof that this, whatever you want to call this Jeepers Creepers character, this creature, demon, whatever you want to call it, winged beast, actually exists. I know you think this is nuts, but you look at these pictures and you tell me what you think. Well, there you go. Now you can form your own opinion, but like I said, when I look at the picture with the eyes up close, you can make out the eyes, and I feel instantly sick every time I look at it. I looked at it earlier and I had to put it away because I couldn't look at it anymore. I don't know what it is, but that thing, it's not human. It's not from this world, and I don't ever want to see that thing when I'm driving down the road ever again.
All right. So that's a very crazy looking thing here that you see. You know what I'm saying? Now it says, now as you can see at the bottom, all right, as you see at the bottom, it says AI generated, you know what I'm saying? You know, it could be that this was all just just one big silly post or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that somebody may have put down for likes or for shares or what have you, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, nevertheless, all right, it speaks to something. It speaks to something, because at the end of the day, this is prophetic. All right, this is prophetic. Okay, and we're going to see these things. We're going to see these things show themselves much more prominently in the coming days, in the coming weeks, months, what have you. You know what I'm saying? As we get closer to the end, you're going to see things that don't make sense. Okay? Things that's going to make you things that's going to make you question reality. You know what I'm saying? Just take, for example, the Leviathan. Okay? Take that for example. When people actually see that in real life, when they see it, in real time, they're not going to know what to do with themselves. Okay? So I'm going to get a couple precepts here. Let's get this started with let's go to the book of First Kings. All right, this is okay, this is First Kings chapter 22. And let's start at verse 18. It reads, "And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, Did I not tell thee that he would prophesy no good concerning me, but evil? And he said, Hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right side, on his right hand, and on his left. And the Lord said, Who shall persuade Ahab, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, Thou shalt persuade him, and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee." You see what I'm saying? One of the things you need to understand is that the Lord controls both sides. Okay? That's the first thing that you got to understand in knowing the Lord, is that he controls both sides. This is Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7. It reads, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh, do all these things. You see what I'm saying? And so I bring this up, because we're all about to see incredibly spiritual things happening in the near future. Okay? People are going to be put to such what's the word? They're going to be put to such spiritual pressure. They're not going to know what to deal with, what to do with it, man. Because as the scriptures say in Isaiah 33 and 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. You see what I'm saying? Wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of the times that we're going to be dealing with here. Okay? I was listening to the elder Maya Ka'ala out of Cali. You know what I'm saying? And he was going into the fact that when all hell breaks loose, when this economy crashes, when gas is $10, $15, $20 a gallon, what have you, okay? And now everything is literally at point zero. Everything's at a reset. It doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't matter who you are or who you were. It doesn't matter who you were in the world before. Doesn't matter if you was a TikTok influencer. Doesn't matter if you was making money. If you was Anton Daniels making cash, making bread and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It won't matter. Everyone is going to be zeroed out to nothing. It don't matter if you have $50 million in the bank. It don't matter if you was taking a trip to Dubai, or you was taking a trip over to Jamaica, what have you. If you was able to go on a cruise twice a year, it won't matter. It won't matter. When it all comes crashing down, everyone is going to be at the same positioning. Everyone is going to be on the same level playing field. And guess what? Those who have this truth, those who the Lord is dealing with, all right, the hopeful elect, we're going to be on a position far higher than everyone else. You see? We've been going through this. We've been going through these tests, through these trials. We've been going through these hard points in our lives for a reason. For a reason. You see? We've been enduring the lows. We've been enduring the losses, while everybody else seems to be winning around us. They catching W's, we catching L's. All of it is for a reason. This is why Isaiah 4:1 is going to happen the way it's going to happen. This is why Isaiah chapter 32 verse 2 is going to happen. This is why Isaiah chapter 13 verse 12 is going to happen. This is why. You see what I'm saying? Because everyone is going to be zeroed out, both men and women. And the men aren't going to know what the fuck to do with themselves. And the women are going to know even less. Let's get this. Jeremiah chapter 30. This is Jeremiah 30:5. It says, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." It's talking about the elect. The elect are going to be saved out of this thing, man. The 2/3 are going to be accounted as heathens. You see? Everyone is going to be zeroed out. Your bank account's not going to mean nothing. Your influence ain't going to mean nothing. If you was the man back then, you're not the man no more. If you was that baddie back then, you're not going to be that baddie anymore. You see? And the people are not prepared for what they're going to see. Understand? People ain't prepared for this. Let's go to the book of Sirach. All right, because people are going to see these things. Okay, they're not going to know what to make of them. You know what I'm saying? Sirach chapter 39. All right, Sirach chapter 39 and verse 28, it says, "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of their destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Okay? The Lord has spirits in all things, okay? Even in instruments of destruction, man. You see what I'm saying? Bears, tigers, lions, you see what I'm saying? Scorpions, snakes, spiders, all types of creatures. He can jump on your pit bull. He can jump on your German shepherd. He can send a spirit to possess a bird in the tree. All right? 50 birds come jumping out of the tree and come peck you to death. You see what I'm saying? He can lay the spirit on a bunch of crows. You see? A bunch of pigs, all types of things. Everything is subject to the Lord's will. Verse 31, it reads, "They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is." You see? All these spirits are created by the Heavenly Father. They work for the Heavenly Father. No spirit is opposed to the Heavenly Father's will. That's a Jewish fable. That's a foolish doctrine. You see what I'm saying? No spirit goes against the Lord's will. So all this talk of Lucifer being the devil, okay, who went against the Lord's will and all that stuff, no, that's foolishness. That's foolishness. And that goes against the scriptures. You see? They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. All spirits, even on the left-hand side, beginning with the spiritual demon Satan on down, they are all subject to the Lord's will. You see? And they do not oppose him in any way, shape, or form. So let's go here to, all right, let's go here to Wisdom of Solomon. As a matter of fact, let's hit 2nd Esdras first. I'm going to grab this here. All right, this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and let's see. Let's start at verse 7. It says, "Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith the Lord Yahweh, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." You see what I'm saying? Now this is talking about a future prophecy. It's talking about a future prophecy. Why? Because the last time the Lord did this was in ancient Egypt. So what Egypt is he talking about? All right, it's talking about the new Egypt. It's talking about spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt, man. This place, Babylon the Great, also known as America. This is that new Egypt. And the Lord is going to smite this place with plagues the same way he did before in ancient Egypt. So let's look at one of those things that happened in ancient Egypt. Okay? So Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17. All right. Just to get to the point, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17 and verse 3. It reads, "For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions." And what you're seeing on the screen, all right, is a strange apparition, man. A strange apparition. See what I'm saying? Continuing on, it says, "For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises as of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenances." A sad vision appeared with a heavy countenance. Do you see what I'm talking about? You see what the scriptures is talking about? That's coming again. Okay, that's going to come again, man. Continuing on, verse 5, "No power of the fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure the light to lighten them." Salakia. Let me read that again. It says, "Neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night." All right, so imagine you have darkness around you, so dark, so thick that you could feel this darkness. And no amount of fire, not the flame or anything. Okay, nothing could bring light into that darkness that was surrounding you. Okay, I say all the time, the Lord knows how to humble a nigga. He knows how to humble you. He knows how to make you fear. You see? That's why Yahushua reiterated. He said, "I will tell thee of whom ye shall fear." Let me get that real quick. This is Luke. Luke chapter 12 and verse 5. It says, "But I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. Fear him which after he hath killed hath power to cast into hell. Yeah, I say unto you, fear him." You see, the Lord was very specific when he said that. Fear the Lord. Don't fear what man can do. You see what I'm saying? Let me read up a little bit. Verse 4. Luke 12 and 4 says, "And I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body, and after that have no more that they can do." You see what I'm saying? When you dealing with these concentration camps, when you dealing with all this shit that Esau's got coming, you see what I'm saying? Just understand that when he's done destroying you, when he's done ending your life, he can't do anything after that. But the Lord can. The Lord can bring you back. You see what I'm saying? He can bring you back, and he can subject you to torments. You see what I'm saying? As we see what just happened with Jesse Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Jesse Jackson just died in his 80s. You know what I'm saying? With all the wickedness that he's been attached to. Understand something. He doesn't just get to skate off into the sunset. No, man. After all the wickedness that he's done. Nah, the Lord's gonna send his ass right back. The Lord's gonna send him right back here. When them nukes drop, and you see all the souls of men rising out of the graves, guess what? Jesse gonna be among them niggas, man. He gonna be among them niggas, and he's gonna be subjected right to this flame. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna be subjected to the nukes when they drop. You see? So it says, but I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. Fear him, which after he hath killed hath power to cast into hell. Yeah, I say unto you, fear him. Right? So let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17. Okay, let's continue to verse 6. It says, only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. As for the illusions of art, magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. So all those who were masters in sorcery, okay, soothsaying and all that stuff, man. All right, they were brought to shame because even their magic and their wizardry couldn't defeat what the Lord was subjecting them to. Because just as in the Matrix, right? When you look at the movie The Matrix, Morpheus told Neo, he said, even with all the strength and the speed of the agents that was protecting the Matrix, even with all their power, with all their strength, with all their speed, they were still subject to laws. You see what I'm saying? Their strength and their speed is set in a world that is built on rules. You see what I'm saying? So these magicians, these soothsayers, these wizards, these warlocks, these witches, they're subjected to natural rules. The Lord is not subject to that. He's not subject to time. He's not subject to space. He controls all of it. You see? That's why the Lord told his disciples, he said, I tell you, fear him. Fear him. You see? Continuing on. Let's jump down. Let's go to verse 15. Salakia. Let's go to verse 14. All right. It says, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 14. I think we'll close that out here. It says, but they sleeping the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell, were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions, and partly fainted, their hearts failing them for a sudden fear, and not looked for, came upon them. So then whatsoever there fell down was straitly kept, shut up in a prison without iron bars. These jokers were prisons within their own minds. You see what I'm saying? This is what the Lord can do. He can send these demons, all right? These angels on the left-hand side, he can send them to plague you in such a way that no psych ward could ever fix. You see what I'm saying? Being shut up in a prison without any iron bars, a prison of your mind. That's why the scriptures say in the book of Sirach says, give me any plague. Let me get that real quick. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, and verse 13. It says, "Give me any plague but the plague of the heart," meaning the mind. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord can plague you and have you be a prisoner in your own mind. That's how the Lord works, man. That's how the Lord is able to he can break you. He can break you something crazy, man. To where nothing that you could do could ever break yourself from that prison, man. The scriptures say that it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the Lord. So let's continue. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17. It says, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17. Let me see. I think that was the point. But let me yeah, I think that was it. But let me see if I can read this last precept. Verse 17, it says, "For whether he were husbandman or shepherd, or a laborer in the field, he was overtaken and endured that necessity which could not be avoided, for they were all bound with one chain of darkness." You see? So the same way the Lord plagued Egypt back then is the same way he's going to plague America, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. I think I'll get that. Second time I quoted this, so let me end it off with that. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8, it says, "And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified." And that's talking about here in America, where the saints of the Lord from both tribes, from both kingdoms, all right, all right, our bodies were in graves. Our bodies were dead. You see what I'm saying? We were dead in these in the streets of this wicked kingdom. Babylon the Great, aka America. And this is the place that is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. Sodom and Egypt. When you think about all the things that went down in Sodom, all the acts of sodomy, when you think about all the ancient rituals and ancient gods that was kept in Egypt, okay, and all the things that went back to Canaan, okay, you see, all of that is here, alive and well in America. You see. And this is where our Lord was crucified, because everything that Yahushua stood for, everything that Yahushua represents, it has been undermined here in America. And these devils got the nerve to say, "God bless America." You see? So the Lord is about to plague this place, just as he did before. I'm going to cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.